lot of dudes, man. I mean, a lot of RLDs, real live dudes that are flying around, and we should wreck shop.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley.
Independent kid.
Independent
kid. 1976. Also known as the Indie Kid. So
sounds sophisticated. It sounds sophisticated. Welcome to Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS. We're going to take you about 45 minutes, close to kickoff, as we feel like going. We're going to send out the link to you guys, the members of the channel. You can join the show. I'm going to be posting the link out on the community tab here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and run down the chat, see who is hanging out with us. Wade Rouse in the house has now become a YouTube member. Thanks, Wade, for joining the channel. You've got access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, and now you can also join the show here in just a minute when we get that link sent out to you. David Burgess in the house. Matt Dummett is here. Short Fuse 0311 says, at the game with my sign, Tennessee sideline at the 5-yard line, second row. Hope you like it. I'm curious to see what this is. I don't know if it's just going to be a Talkin VAWLS sign, if it's going to have our faces on it. I have no idea. Short Fuse, if you're still in the chat, send it to us on Twitter. I want to see it. Derek Rogers in the house. Roger Mooneyham is here. Guys, come on in. Smash that thumbs up. We'll be sending out the link to the members here in just a moment. Fallout Zone in the house. John Hill with a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, did Cornbread coach the basketball team tonight? Yep. Not a great start to the season for the basketball team. If you missed the post-game show, you can go back and check it out. Dauber and Indie Kid covered that. We'll be back here after the football game for another post-game show. Chuck Hickey says, it's a Dragon Balls sign, Boogie. Dragon Balls. Let's talk about this game, man. We kind of talked about it on Wednesday night a little bit. I feel like the fan base is just kind of just down. Like, it seems like nobody cares that this team has an opportunity in less than an hour to go get bowl eligible.
I think they're looking at it more from a standpoint of it's South Alabama. It's the end of the season. Just got beat by Georgia last week. It's a big game tonight. Get bowl eligible with this win. The potential to get to 7 wins. And, you know, a lot of the pundits like to say 3 and 4 wins coming in. It's big tonight. This is big for this program. It shows what they've done without a full deck. I mean, I don't expect Neyland even, I don't know, what do you think? 3/4 of the way full tonight, maybe?
I was the number on the top of my head was 75,000.
Yeah, that sucks because it's a big night. It shows progress from the disaster of last season. I mean, I think it's big. It's a huge boost for this program. It shows they're going in the right direction. Tennessee fans should be, you know, it's like Boss G. Kennel says, they should be effing pumped tonight.
Yep. You know, we talk about how this fan base always shows up and shows out, but they don't always show up and show out. And it's, you know, I can't sit here and point fingers. I'm sitting in my house too. Of course, it's kind of different circumstances. You know, we're kind of committed to doing a post-game show. That's the number one question I get asked is, Boogie, you going to the game? It's like, no, man, I'm going to be live immediately after the game. Can't really do that. But I have gone ahead and put the link out there. So if you want to join the channel or join the show, if you're a member of the channel, go to the community tab. If you go to our YouTube channel, go to the community tab. The link will be there. Short Fuse is still here. No Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, send it to the Facebook page. Just Talkin VAWLS Facebook. Post it there. Or if you're in the Facebook group, post it in there. We'll go check it out. We'll be looking for it tonight. Interested to see what this is. What do you want to see from this offense tonight, Indie Kid, and defense? You know, across the board. What do you want to see? Tennessee's favored by 4 touchdowns. I saw Chuck said there in the chat a little bit earlier, you know, South Alabama's not that bad. They're without Jake Bentley. They're Tennessee favored by 4 touchdowns. To put it in comparison, Georgia was only favored by 3 touchdowns over Tennessee. This should be a beatdown.
Pedal to the metal all night long. Don't let up. Go fast. Don't give South Alabama a breath. I'm sure if Tennessee starts rolling, they'll probably start flopping. That's what teams tend to do. And the defense, I want to see them get off the field tonight. I want to see the linebackers make some plays. I want to see the safeties make some plays as well. That's what I'm looking for from this group is to, yeah, it's one thing if Ole Miss, Alabama, and Georgia make plays on you. No reason to let South Alabama just stay on the field all night.
John Hill with a $5 super chat says, let's go bowling tonight. Pedal to the metal until the final whistle. Go Big Orange. I want to see Tennessee just come out and absolutely beat the pants off of. I'm talking 60, 70 points. Just an absolute beatdown. And I want to see some young guys, man. I want to see some young, guys on defense, obviously at the linebacker safety position. I want to see some of those young receivers that we hyped up and talked about going into the season that we've really not got to see a whole lot of. The Jimmies, Callaway Holiday. I want to see those guys get an opportunity. I want to see more Jalen Hyatt. I want to see him out there making plays, man. Some of these young guys that we're going to need moving into the future, I want to see them get some serious run tonight. Short Fuse in the chat. Got you added on the Facebook group. You want to go ahead and post it on there. I'll go check it out. Everybody that's a member of the channel, the link's out there. If you want it, go get it. You can join the show. Go to the YouTube channel, community tab. The link is there. If nobody comes in within the next couple of minutes, we're going to go ahead and open it up and let anybody that's in the chat come on in here. Take over, Indy. I'm trying to find this picture.
I mean, the main thing, just get bowl eligible tonight. Get out injury free. I would like to see it wrapped up at halftime. When they go to the half where they could comfortably start pulling guys. I'd like to see a good quarter or more of Joe Milton tonight. Give him a shot to get in. He looked pretty good when he come in last week. Has he improved? Did Cedric Tillman bail him out? He did some good things when he come in late. I'm like you. I want to see some young guys. I want to see your Aaron Willis. I want to see your safeties. I want to see more of these young guys. Your Turnage, your Haddons. I think Haddon's been starting anyway, but I want to see more of these guys. I want to see linemen that we don't know, linemen that we've not seen much of along the way. I want it to be one of those nights where it's a nice, comfortable night, but also, lots of guys play. And we're at that point of the season where if guys have only played a game or two, they can theoretically play anybody as long as they don't get over 4 games. So you could empty it tonight as long as you're not going to ruin a red shirt.
I don't understand how Tennessee wouldn't start fast tonight. I mean, they've done it all year long. South Alabama has not played an offense like Tennessee. I just don't see how they don't start fast. Jordan Culberson for 5. Thank you for the super chat. Says, how do I join this live stream? Y'all need some Polk County in here. Well, the link is there in the chat. You can just go click on that link, have your phone ready, have your headphones in or be away from people so it's not a big echo and a bunch of noise and all that stuff. But it's there in the chat. We open it up to members. There's nobody in the back room, so anybody that wants to come on and join, you're more than welcome to come on and talk a little ball, talk a little shop with us. I really wanted to get a lot of people on here and kind of talk about, where they're at with this season and how it played out. Like you said earlier, some of the national media, predicting Tennessee to win 3-4 games. Here they are with 2 games that they're going to be heavily favored in to close this thing out with 7 wins. And I don't think anybody would have argued. If you had laid this out, how it would have played out, I don't think anybody can really argue. And yeah, now hindsight's 20/20. Looking back, you would love to have that Pitt game back. You would love to have that Florida game back the way they're playing right now. But overall, I don't think you could argue with taking 7 wins.
No, I mean, I did predict it earlier in the season that I just felt that there were some matchups for them that, we're favorable with teams that just along the way. But, I was talking to a guy at the grocery store down here today in South Carolina, and we talked about it. And just the job Heupel's done, man, he's proven he's a good coach. He's taken what I would say is obviously not a deep roster. And I really think 7 wins is going to happen. And then bowl game, I think we're looking at hopefully Duke's Mayo Bowl. And, see an ACC team. I don't want to see another Big Ten team. We've seen them for years. But just the job he's done and where this program moves going forward. And, we talked about the other night, and I mentioned some super seniors along the way. There was actually a few guys that I said were done that I was wrong on that can come back. So, I think they're going to finish well recruiting. They hit the portal good. They can improve on that next year. This staff's done a really good job under some tough circumstances.
Yeah, I put a video out, I guess it was yesterday, talking about I feel like they have some momentum in recruiting. We'll come back to that. We got some people in the back room. We'll get them on here in just a second. Here is the video from Short Fuse. Let's take a look at it. He couldn't just show us the picture. He went live inside of Neyland Stadium. 48 seconds. I have no idea what this is. Let's hope we don't get kicked off of YouTube or banned or something like that. Here, let's see what happens.
Play anybody as long as they don't get over 4 games.
Oh, he's got Talkin VAWLS playing.
You can empty it tonight as long as you're not going to ruin a red shirt. I don't understand how Tennessee wouldn't start fast enough.
Hunter, show them the
They've
sign.
done it all year long. South Alabama has not played an offense like Tennessee. I just don't see how they don't start.
Yeah.
There we go. Talkin VAWLS, second row of the stadium there. We appreciate it, Short Fuse. Thanks for sending that over. That's awesome. All right, let's see who we got hanging out in the back. We got Cody hanging out. We got Pride of Polk County. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show.
Sean, what is going on? This is the one, if you remember, after that great Ole Miss game, that said that night it seemed like Ron and Don Wright up in Greenville, Tennessee. I'll fill the people in on this story. Actually, Ron and Don Wright were huge names in Tennessee wrestling history, especially the eastern half of the state. And what's kind of a funny story, I actually got to meet Don Wright. If the people don't know who the Wright brothers are, go on YouTube and look up Ron Wright Wrestling. He's got a very high-pitched voice. He kind of talks like this. He talks like that, and he's having an argument with a guy. His name was Big Jim Hess. It was great. And he always talked about giving guys Tennessee dog whoopings. He was great.
Absolutely legends in East Tennessee wrestling, the Wright brothers. Cody, what's going on, buddy? Welcome on into the show. Are you there?
Just got off work.
You look like you ran a marathon.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think
today?
What do you guys think of where this football team is at with an opportunity to get to 7 wins? If I had told you, Cody, before the year started, 7 wins, would you take it or leave it?
Oh yeah, I'd take it. Take it in a heartbeat.
What about you, Pride of Polk County? Are you happy? Are you proud of where this football team's at?
I am surprised in a good way, which is the best thing you can say since about 2007. Because, going into this year, I was like, Josh Heupel, he coached at Central Florida. They were pretty good, but, he kind of took over from Scott Frost. Let's see. I mean, at this point, what all we went through, it's, let's just wait and see. And then, people still say, hey, well, why is it that Joe Milton was starting at first, not Hendon Hooker, when Hendon Hooker's been playing lights out? And I tell people that, well, I mean, if you go back and watch the fall camps and summer camps and the practices, Joe Milton looked like the guy. He was really tearing it up, and then maybe he just got nervous or something, but hopefully he pans out. And, I couldn't have asked for a better season. I mean, there's some things I wish that maybe they could have changed in terms of officiating and some bounces go our way, and we'd have a much better season. But I have great feelings for the future of this team.
What about you, Eric Jones? Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on with us, joining us. Where are you at with this team? Are you happy, satisfied with a chance to win 7 games right here down the stretch?
Most definitely. I mean, I was kind of worried back at the first when they hired Heupel. I didn't know much about him, but now that I've seen where he's come from and where he's been and where he's coached, I thought, well, maybe he can pull Tennessee out. And looks like he's doing the job to me, just as long as he can recruit. I mean, that's the worry with me is the recruiting.
Let's get Boss G Kennel 7414 on the show. What's going on, my friend?
Hello, fellas. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
What's going on, man?
Great, man. Great. Yeah, I'm definitely confident. I'm very happy with what Heupel's done, what he's doing, and I don't see how we can't recruit. Like, how can we not recruit with the product on the field? What he's done with so little. The boys should be jumping to come over here.
And I think we're starting to see some momentum there. It came out, I guess it was yesterday after I did the recruiting video. Vincent Sneed has opened up his recruitment, but according to Austin Price, somebody's got their YouTube on. Turn that down. According to Austin Price, he got processed out. So that makes me wonder if Rodney Garner's got a big fish on the line or two.
Oh, yeah.
Be nice.
I think he's got Joseph's crystal balls are coming in for him, and he's in Knoxville tonight. So still wouldn't count out Walter Nolan.
That's what I was just about to say.
That'd be a good get for Tennessee there. It's no one.
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out. I believe that he's a hometown kid, and I definitely think that he's probably in the race, especially with all his coaching changes that could be happening.
Let me go ahead and add a couple more. We got some more people coming in. Tim Bradley in the house. Nathan H. and Elijah, come on in. Who's got that? I gotta figure out who it is. That echo is driving me nuts. Hang on. Nope. I'm going to figure out who the guilty party is, and I'm going to so fast our head will spin.
Nice.
I think
Hey, boys, add me back in. My screen's froze.
You're still here. You're in. He's coming back. All right, Elijah, Nathan, Tim, what's going on, guys? Elijah, we'll start with you. You're on the bottom left. How you feeling with where this team's at with 2 games left to go?
I'm excited. I think they've done a lot with less this year.
Yes.
And even when we lose, you can't really insult us because we only have 71 scholarship players right now. And with what we're doing is like I'm surprised that Josh Heupel isn't at least on the list for consideration for Coach of the Year this year.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, what they're doing with this class. Now, if Hendon Hooker leaves for the draft, go get Spencer Rattler tomorrow. But
I don't know if that's a good idea to get Spencer Rattler.
Let's go by a show of hands.
It's options.
If Hooker leaves, who wants Spencer Rattler?
Not me.
I'd rather take Joe Milton under a year.
I'd go for him. Just competition.
I don't
I understand the
anything.
competition aspect of it, but like from what we've seen in games and the way and I understand maybe he started when he was a freshman, I guess, and with him reacting the way he did whenever the backup went in, we talk about all the time about the aspect that Tennessee has, that brotherhood aspect. I don't know if I would want that coming in.
I've also heard a lot of good things from his teammates, though. I did a lot of my own research, reading up what the players and coaches have said about him. That, he may not have reacted. I mean, if I get pulled from a game, playing a game, I'm gonna be a little upset too. But the fact that he's come back and he's playing hard during practice, that says a lot about his character to me. Obviously, the first reaction probably wasn't the best, but I believe that he's doing a good job, working with the team. But that's what I've read up on.
I think the media is spinning it.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. The media will take it and run.
What Boogie says is like I like how when we talk about people leaving early, not finishing this season. He is at least doing that. Right. I mean, there's a lot of talks of him transferring. If he is, at least he is staying and being the backup, I guess.
As he should.
Yeah,
Bradley,
he's not packing his bags and talking about he loves his brothers and all that. Why he's leaving them hanging?
Like Toto.
Say
like
his
other
name.
people.
Say his name.
Toto.
Kid. Put some heat
Jackson
on yourself
Bailey
instead of me. There you go.
Toto.
Let people hear it. They just hate me for saying Harrison Bailey's a quitter. Now let's let them hate you too. Tim, you said absolutely no way to Spencer Rattler. Am I wrong? Am I right? Is that what you said?
I think at this point, I'm just going to go with what Coach thinks. I mean,
he does make a lot more money.
Look at it this way, guys. This team's going to finish above 500. If you would have told me that at the beginning of the season, I'd have said, we'll have to see. So
he's doing better than
finished above what I thought. They're going to finish above what I thought they could do. So at this point, I'm going to go with what the guy that gets paid millions of dollars to make them decisions, what he says, because he's proved that he can take little and make something out of it. And, we didn't get some bounces this year. You know what? You add more talent in on that roster, those bounces start going your way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. A lot of it they can't cover. They can't. It's physically they just can't. Talent.
And I was just as mad as anybody else when they didn't go our way because I'm a fan. That's just the way it is. But after I sat down and think about it, I'm like, the talent's not there, and we can't afford to lose any of our starting people. Period.
Right.
But isn't it funny how that happens? Like, the talent's not there, right? We all knew that going into the year, right? We're talking about 6 wins as a victory. The national media is saying 3 to 4 wins. But Tennessee starts overperforming. All of a sudden, going into that Georgia game, there are people in this fan base that truly feel like if Tennessee doesn't go beat the number 1 team in the country, that Josh Heupel's not the guy for the job. It's amazing how upside down the fan base gets just because things are finally starting to go our way and seem to be trending in the right direction.
I guess what felt good about that, though, Boogie, is I actually felt I wasn't expecting them to go beat Georgia, but at the same time, I felt like there's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And I would not have thought that if this team hadn't performed the way they had performed through the year.
But I haven't felt that more than I felt it going into that Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
Going into that Ole Miss game, I expected Tennessee to win.
Yeah.
I felt like they were going to go to – and that's a good thing.
We got wrong.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like
early
the last
2000s.
home game.
I mean, if we would have had Georgia's second string defense, we'd have been a game. I mean, that's how deep they are. I mean, it's scary how deep Georgia's defense is.
I don't think it could be overstated. You look at Tennessee's linebackers. If Toa and Crouch, we can say what we want about them for late. If those 2 guys were in there, it's a huge difference.
Yeah,
it is a huge difference. And I wonder how much difference Juwan Mitchell. We didn't see much of him, but I don't know. I mean, if they finish off tonight against South Alabama, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat my words on this one. They need to beat the absolute shit out of Vanderbilt next weekend.
Oh,
thank you.
Put 80 on them because that's one of those programs.
Put it on their
Vanderbilt
ass.
and Kentucky.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt and Kentucky. When Tennessee loses to them, that just proves they don't have the right guy. So they do Tennessee a favor when they beat them.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you said that, Andy, because next week is my son's first time in Neyland Stadium. I would love nothing. I would love nothing more than for him to see them just absolutely destroy Vanderbilt.
Well, it's coming. Yes. It's coming. If ETSU, and shout out to ETSU, SoCon champs, 10-1, VFL Randy Sanders, man, big time season for ETSU. But if ETSU can put it on Vanderbilt, Tennessee dang well is going to put it on Vanderbilt. Y'all are going to be happy, Tim. Y'all going to be happy.
Rachel.
No, I've heard just talking, the rumor is that a lot of those guys that transferred out were told if they were taking money, they had to go. And they couldn't stick around.
Yeah. That's what my thought was, that a lot of the guys that did leave, a lot of them were because they were the ones taking money.
I think that was why Eric Gray left, wasn't it? Eric Gray, wasn't it why he left?
I think Gray was mentioned too, yeah.
Yeah.
Gray, Crouch,
I mean, it makes sense.
I heard Gray.
I think most of
He
those
still
guys
didn't have to go to
transferred out.
Alabama.
They offered him more money, Elijah. Come on. What are you talking about? They don't put their money in McDonald's bags. They got it in briefcases. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing the whole time.
They Tennessee, what do you think they're doing at Alabama?
Well, the funny thing is Tennessee got accused of. I mean, Tennessee gets accused of paying guys and offering money, yet Georgia beats Tennessee out for guys that they offered money. So how much was Georgia paying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody's paying. And all the guys,
Yeah, everybody.
that got paid money, conveniently, so many of them went to Oklahoma together. Why did they go to Oklahoma together?
Think about
Hey, listen, fellas, and I'm going to go full JP on this one. There's something to that. Winning in the SEC and being the top-ranked team, you're going to get protected.
Yes, that's exactly every game.
You watching the Arkansas game earlier?
Yes, exactly. They wouldn't, dude. It's so crazy, man.
I don't like Arkansas, but good Lord, man, how much?
But it's favoritism, man. It's to the better team, the higher ranked team, favoritism every time.
But boys, I'm telling you something. Tennessee is that's just the way it is with us, and it's been that way since the '90s. It's been that way forever. Tennessee, it's always Tennessee versus the world.
Well, you got to remember, the University of Tennessee is in a region of the country called Appalachia. What does the rest of the country look down on? They've looked down on people from Appalachia, and they all think we're all a bunch of scuffling hillbillies that, let's just say love our family. Just say that.
I'll bet scuffling hillbillies I'm a Bulldog any day of the week.
Hey, we still had to win. We still had to win in this coach in college football, General Nealon.
Thank you.
That's right.
Win percentage.
Thank you for saying Appalachia, not Appalachia. So.
Yeah. Okay. It's just like when I hear these people are getting on the television set saying Knoxville. I'm like, what? Where is that? Or Maryville? I'm like, no. It's
Knoxville, Nashville, Asheville,
Maryville.
Yes.
Louisville. It's just like in my home of Polk County,
Sevierville.
Thank you.
Rogersville, just one syllable.
Rogersville.
Kind of George Dawsonville.
Bayleton. There's a.
I used to laugh.
Slana.
When I taught in Elizabethton, people would come in from the state for a PD day, and they would say, "Here in Elizabethton," and it was like, "Get out of here with that crap, man!"
Just quit.
Like,
too many syllables.
Elizabethton.
Bayleton, that's my favorite, man. You go down there and you go to the Bayleton golf course, the Bayleton truck stop, the Bayleton restaurant, the Bayleton bar and grill.
Davy Crockett Travel Center. Yep, been there many times.
I'm sad they shut down that golf course, man. You can go down there for like $22 and play all day.
That's
been there a time or two. Way too long.
No,
California gouging me out here.
The only reason I would ever go up to there at Greenville or this town you probably know, Chucky, is to see, talk to old Ricky Morton, talk to all those boys over there and all that.
Yeah.
Ricky Morton's from our neck of the woods.
Yeah, he lives in Bristol.
I shared a locker room or two with Ricky Morton back in the day, back in my pro wrestling days.
I actually trained with Robert Gibson, actually. It's kind of a funny story.
Where at, Florida?
No, down in Douglasville, down in Georgia.
Huh. Let me add Todd Hurley to the show. Welcome in, Todd. Well, you don't have to be so aggressive. All right, Todd's not. Wait. Oh, there he is. There's Todd. Live. Welcome on into the show, Todd. Or maybe not.
That connection.
We'll see. Well, he's doing that.
You must be up in old Campbell County or something.
Who's in Campbell County?
I don't know. You said something about a guy having a bad connection. He must be at TA in Campbell County. I don't know.
This may be the biggest disaster we've ever hosted on Talkin Balls, and it's probably the most fun I've ever had on Talkin Balls.
Nice.
Oh, there's Todd. You got it.
I have to say, Arkansas pulled that score.
Let's score that Arkansas-Alabama game.
42-35.
Who's winning?
Alabama, of course.
Oh no! Come on.
It was close.
I saw there in the second quarter, Arkansas, their running back was a yard into the end zone.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you kidding me? And they called intentional grounding when he threw it. I mean, running. How many times did we see last week where Georgia just got rid of the ball like that? Just threw it at the running back speed.
Yeah.
And it's legal. It's legal. It's not intentional grounding. But then they dial up Arkansas for intentional grounding. It's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Y'all know what play I'm talking about too. I don't think Stetson Bennett was behind the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball. There's no way.
No.
There was one that Hendon Hooker was a full yard past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That they never called too.
Yeah.
So
we got one there.
He called that out too.
What's up, Joel? Welcome to the show, buddy. Sometimes
Joel,
I feel like you guys don't know you're live on air with 113.
Sometimes we don't because we're waiting
I know.
in the little back room or whatever.
Somebody earlier was eating a hot dog or something, and I put them on air. And they're just eating that hot dog, had no clue.
Turn it up. I think I saw that.
It was Eric. It was Eric. That's who it was. He's still in
classic.
the chat. Oh, that's great. That's great. No problem, Eric, man. It's laid back. Good fun.
Love it.
Good fun.
Hanging out.
What's up, Joel? Can you hear us? Are you there, Joel? I don't think he has a clue he's on there. We'll shift it over to Todd.
I love it.
Todd, have you ever been on Tailgate Show before?
I have not. I'm usually at work.
So what do you think of this first year under Josh Heupel? You very satisfied?
I am very satisfied. I was really excited about him when he got hired. I was a little skeptical, but I was pretty excited to have a head coach in there that had done it before.
That was a lot of people were sold on that. I was really Indy Kid's checking out. He's not even going to do his own show anymore. I was on the Tony Elliott bandwagon a little bit, but then I'm so glad that didn't happen. I'm so happy with where we're at. Shout out to Jared Sharp, Go Big Orange from Naval Air Station, Lemoore, California.
Wow.
What's up, Jared?
Nice.
But I think, man, going back to Danny White and the hiring process and him saying, talking about how he did everything possible to not hire Josh Heupel because he knew people were going to say, well, you just went and hired your buddy. And the fact that he basically said, I don't care. He's the best guy for the job. And
thank God he did.
Yeah. Is this not the best X's and O's guy we've had? I think going back even before Fulmer.
Before Fulmer, yeah.
Before I was alive.
Because he schemes it. He schemes it up.
Yeah. How many times have we seen guys running wide open this year?
Yeah. Running down the field. Streaking.
Going back to talking about Fulmer, I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't know a whole lot better, but now that I've watched learned a little bit more history with the Fall of the VAWLS series, which I absolutely love because I learned a lot. I now hate Ed Orton now because I didn't know better.
Oh man, what a prick!
But just
what a prick!
To me, Fulmer had all the talent in the world and never did a whole lot with it. He was like Mark Richt. He just had all the talent in the world and never did a whole lot with it.
Yeah.
It's like Joe Brady at LSU. If LSU had any type of brains, they'd go get Joe Brady right now and give him all the money they want.
Even Lane leaves.
Look at Kirby Smart. Look at the talent he has had. For how many years has he been at Georgia? And they keep saying this year. I'm just waiting on him to screw it up. That's what he does.
Something will happen.
Him and Pruitt both. The worst quarterback management in college football I've ever seen has been between Pruitt and Kirby Smart. Hands down.
I don't.
I don't think Bennett will win it for him.
No. I want him to get to.
I don't see them beating Bama with Stetson Bennett as starting quarterback.
I think it's almost like if they think they can manage the game, they don't need a quarterback to go win a game. They'll just roll with Bennett.
A defense.
But I'm just waiting on that SEC championship to roll around, and Bennett won't be in the game. That's what I'm waiting for.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, Georgia's offensive line wasn't that imposing during the game. Really, we were in the backfield. Stetson Bennett was just making some plays with his feet, but we get some, a little bit more. But to me, Georgia's offensive line wasn't as dominant as it has been over the past couple of years. But that,
that's
my opinion. Maybe
that's something to watch tonight. Is South Alabama? I'm going to make this up. I may be wrong. I was listening to a VolQuest podcast at the gym today. I'm pretty sure they're up at the top in tackles for loss given up per game. I expect Tennessee's defensive line to live in that backfield tonight.
I hope so.
I like the fact that we lead the nation in tackles for loss per game, but it doesn't help when we give up a 3rd and 20 on a regular basis.
Yeah.
That 4th and 24, they heard me all the way to
That's
the
true.
barracks over here. They probably heard me clear across Camp Pendleton to get that 4th and 24 against Kentucky.
I like it that Tim Banks changed, though, right? He gives up that 3rd and 24. He's like, screw this. I'm bringing the house every play till
it's in the house, baby.
Yeah.
Well, prime example, the Florida game in 2015. Can't stand it. Drives me nuts. That last play, they were spying the quarterback. And if we would have just dropped some people back in coverage, we would have been fine. But we got burned on it several times in that single drive. It was that year that we, had like 10 points away from being undefeated. Bush Jones sold that with his all that stuff that year. But he spied the quarterback for several plays and didn't change. And then we just
I think we finally have coaches that can make changes.
Yeah.
Well, see,
Gutsy enough to make changes mid-game.
Right.
So screw this. It ain't worth changing.
Yeah. Even mid-drive.
Yeah.
He changed it mid-drive. Came back. I love it.
And with that gutsy nature, I really don't think you can blame just him if it goes wrong. When you automatically switch from coverage to just straight blitzing, if it doesn't go right, I don't think you can fully blame him because I don't think the players would have been prepared for, all right, screw it, send it, go. Kill him.
Yeah.
So
it worked. Good Lord.
Joel, can you hear us now? Can you hear us?
Can now, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I was searching for my
Bluetooth
headset and had to figure out how to get it connected because I'm an idiot technologically.
we appreciate you jumping on. Look,
my best friend's heading to work tonight, so
trying to get on air. Look at that. Oh, they said
your
your name.
You are my best friend in the world.
Indy Kid, you're my best friend in the world.
She's mad at me for saying she's my best
Mine
friend
too.
now. Even though she still is. Love you.
So Joe, where are you at with this team? Are you? Everybody seems to be satisfied, man. No negaballs in here. You happy with where this team's at right now?
Well, seeing is what we started out with this year. Seeing is what type of talent left in the portal this year. I don't think I could have expected much more than this. Honest to goodness, I thought we would be sitting about 4 or 5 wins right now at the end of the year, and be completely honest, I think we're playing way over expectations. Honestly, I can't really say I'm disappointed. I mean, yeah, we've been in games that we really shouldn't have been, but if you sit back and look at it and sit back and try to put everything into perspective, we're playing way over our expectations from the beginning of the year.
Yep.
So even though we've been in a few close games and we've been really excited about it, I think we need to temper our expectations and just realize, hey, we were expected. A lot of experts were only expecting us to win 3 games this year.
Right.
I want to transition to expect. Yeah. Oh man, I went in hard on the dude from Rivals. I don't even remember his name that predicted 3 wins.
Farrell.
Yeah, I want to transition to expectations for next year, but first let me do a little bit of plugs. Let me talk about our merchandise. What's happening? Can I get it shared up here? My whole screen locked up, but there it is. You can pick up the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Any and all support greatly appreciated. When you guys rep the merch, it's basically free advertising for us, so we appreciate it. But go check it out. The link to all the merch is in the description below. But yeah, we appreciate it. On that road to 10,000, Indy Kid said it in the basketball postgame show today. Today, we officially passed, and you guys know how I love VolQuest. Like, this isn't a shot at Vol. I love VolQuest. But We passed him in subscribers today. We are the #1 YouTube channel on YouTube. #1 YouTube channel outside of the official Tennessee Athletics.
That is awesome.
That's great.
Big Ball Daddy, even bigger than Big Ball Daddy.
Wait, is that who's Big Ball Daddy?
Yeah, y'all never heard of BBD.
No. I do know him. I think he is somehow related to JP. Yeah, I think he's either related to JP or related to somehow he's connected to JP. I don't know how many subscribers he has.
I want to say he's got like 50,000, but he got a lot of those off of. So I'm guessing.
50,000, damn.
But
I gotta look it up.
I can look it up right now. Hold on.
He's
got more
videos.
He's got 10.5. He's got more. You're in our sights, Big Ball Daddy. You're next, buddy. You're next.
His two big videos, for the people who don't remember, was in 2009 when he did a reaction video of when Terrence Cody blocked the field goal. He did one where he pissed on a Lane Kiffin shirt.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I remember that one.
That's the thing. And I'm looking at his channel right now, and I like no disrespect to him. He does seem like a good dude, like a good old country boy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, a guy that we would get along with. But when you have a video that goes viral and you pick up a ton of subscribers, I go look at your views, and you're pulling 500 views, 300 views, 200 views, 500 views. We're #1. Big Daddy, you're in my. I'm calling you out.
To be the man.
That's right.
You gotta beat the man.
Yeah, you've been covering them Green Devils for all these years, and you ain't done a dang thing with it. And see, me down here in poor old Polk County, Tennessee, that everybody in East Tennessee makes fun of, I'm calling you out there, sonny boy.
Don't let this get back to Big Daddy. He seems like a good dude.
He's good.
Yeah.
Well, I know,
we should try to get him on here sometime.
He's had a lot of health problems in the last couple months. From what I understand.
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he had that many subscribers.
Prayers.
I'll tell you what, through those dark times, I was sitting there watching a few of his videos. One of my favorite ones was that 2016 Georgia game when Dobbs chucked that Hail Mary in the end zone. He got up, screamed, and ran outside the house. And
we did it! We did it!
I love watching the video of Uncle Lou breaking his TV.
There's a couple guys sitting there in his underwear.
I don't mind like reaction videos and that type of. I'm not a fan of like just the negative stuff. The people that try to off. And look, when Pruitt, when it was time to go, guess what? We're going to go after him. We're going to be negative, but I don't like negative viral videos. John Hill for 5. Thank you for the super chat. Says congrats, Talkin VAWLS. Go Big Orange. Thanks for the super chat, but we've not earned it yet. Big Ball Daddy is in the crosshairs. He's next. In the words of Goldberg, you're next, Big Ball Daddy.
I was thinking at first it was one of those guys that kind of come after us on Twitter, but
well, since you mentioned Goldberg, I'll give you a little funny thing. On my third birthday, my birthday is July the 8th, but I was actually in the Georgia Dome on July the 6th, 98. I was just about to turn 3, and I watched him beat Hogan for the title.
Okay, nice.
That was awesome.
You remember back in the day when the pay-per-views were like you could go to the channel and it was like the blurry lines, but you could hear the
Oh yeah,
dude, I watched Sting beat Hogan for the title and speak for the first time in like over a year through the blurry lines on pay-per-view.
spoke Spanish or something.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that was back when not really me, but my dad and a lot of people had a thing called free satellite, where you have one of your buddies go and buy a satellite dish.
To hook it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my dad had an illegal box. I remember that.
I think everybody did.
The pre-illegal stream.
Yeah. Back when you really had to actually physically do things and put stuff on your house.
To steal cable, we had to actually do stuff.
Well, hey,
Robert
man,
45.
we grew up in Polk County. We had
Robert 45 pointing out Ball Daddy has us whipped.
But then you had to do it.
In the words of the Wright brothers, Big Ball Daddy has an East Tennessee dog whooping coming his way in the next couple of months. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. As we get ready to wrap this thing up, we got about 14 minutes till kickoff. Let's talk about expectations going into next year. You know, we talked about Tennessee overperformed this year, got a chance to get bowl eligible tonight. I'll throw it over to the boss man, Boss G Kennels 7414. What's your expectation for next year? What do you want to see from this team?
I think we're going to do pretty good. We're going to surprise a lot of people, and I think the competition we should be giving trouble to, we will give a lot of trouble to. With a little bit of recruiting, he's going to hit the transfer portal for sure. Pluck some guys out of there that want to get some stats, want to get some offensive stats, and then I'm sure there's some defensive players that want to come and contribute as well. So it's looking good, I think. I expect maybe a 9-win season, I think.
Cody, what do you think is more important, transfer portal or class of 22 recruits?
Transfer portal, because if you don't hit, honestly, I think it could be a regression from this.
I think it depends on Hendon Hooker. I think if Hendon Hooker comes back, I like the odds to improve next year versus if he doesn't, we may need to check our expectations at the door. And like I say all the time, meet this team where they're at.
You could mentor that quarterback.
I think it depends on that portal.
Yeah, I mean, it really does.
Hendon doesn't stay.
Especially this year, with coaching changes at LSU, Miami, possibly Florida. I mean,
a lot of changes.
Who knows?
I don't think. I don't think that Florida's getting ready to get rid of him because they've been talking. I think they're going to give him like one more year to straighten it out.
Like I hope they don't. I hope they don't get rid of him.
I think we've seen coaches be fired for less than 8 wins.
That team has checked out. They are not buying in. So is he going to be able to make them buy in throughout the offseason going into next year?
If I were the AD of Florida, there is no way in hell I would bring him back.
No.
There is no way, because we've seen what that program is when it's hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
And
Lane Kiffin goes to
he ain't the
Florida.
guy.
No, I don't want that. Good Lord, please no.
Could you imagine?
I want him to go somewhere, though.
I'll just say this. If Lane Kiffin went to Florida, when Tennessee plays Florida next year, what you've seen in that Ole Miss game would be nothing. It'd be like as Don Wright told me the story about one night in 1967 in Greenville, Tennessee. For people that don't know, Greenville is halfway between Knoxville and the Tri-Cities.
They believe wrestling's real there.
Yes.
Oh,
Still to this day. And where Ron Wright, old brother Ron, got stabbed literally by a Hawkeye knife going from his neck down to his ass. And he about bled out. That's how serious it was.
Andy Kid, where was the pride of Polk County when we were doing the wrestling council on this channel? Where was we at, man?
You're going to have to bring it back on here, man.
We'll have to, just going to bring it back. Me and the pride of Polk County going to talk wrestling right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. What the heck, man?
And hey, I could maybe get old Joe Kazana on here.
Goodness gracious. All right, I think we got to wrap this thing up. We got to go take a leak and get dialed in ready for the game. Appreciate all you guys coming on. Thanks, man. This has been a lot of fun.
Appreciate you having us.
Yes, sir. Go Big Orange. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Talking over everybody.
Blast, man.
Always.
Exactly. We love it.
We are the real UT. Those little boys in Texas stole everything from us. When they join the SEC, I can't wait for it. I'm going to say, yeah, you guys got the bigger state, but if it wasn't for Tennessee, you guys wouldn't even be a state. Y'all would still be.
Yes, thank you. 100,000.
If it weren't for Tennessee, Texas would be North Mexico. All right.
100,000 strong.
Yes, sir.
All right,
yes, sir.
I'm kicking all these raging lunatics off here, and me and Andy Kid going to wrap this show up. Goodness gracious, what a good time, man. What an epic night of Talkin VAWLS. And we're just getting started. We're gonna wrap this thing up, but we will be back in a few hours for Talkin VAWLS live immediately following the game. Andy Kid, any final words you want to send us out the door with? You got any Right Brother quotes you want to hit me with before we get out of here?
Oh, I could say, babies, when we come down that aisle, rock and roll here to stay.
Let's go wrap it up for this one. He's the Indy Kid. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.